GA file. Yuvraj, is the recording going? Okay, I guess the recording is up, and let's get started. So this entire week is about, data pre-processing and cleaning up of the data. And that's what we are going to do in this particular session. So firstly, the question is about data cleaning in Excel. Okay. And I would assume that it's going to be, it's a really simple task to do. Uh, so you have simply been given an Excel file. I will just download it once and open it and just show you few functions. Should I download it once again? Download it once again. Uh, yes. Let's remove it. All right. So what you have to do in this entire question is that you have to clean up the columns and calculate the total margin. So this is the formula for total margin, which has to be used in this regarding this data. And before applying this formula, we have to apply some filters. And before applying these filters, we have to actually clean up the data, clean up these columns, right? So the first thing that we have been told to do is that we have to see that these are our sales and cost columns, okay? And the total margin requires the total sales and the total cost, right? So we know that we have to sum these two columns in some way, but we also have to apply these filters, okay? So the first filter, which it talks about, it's the time filter, okay? And as you can see that it says that all the sales that are occur up to and including the specific date, which is of 8th of March, 8th of May 2023. So all these sales have to be included in this time filter. So for that, we have to look into the date column ones. Okay. So this is the date column. As you can see that, and also which is mentioned over here is that the date column contains dates in two types, which are DD by YYY and YYY slash slash DD. Okay. So these are the two formats in which your dates are available. And one thing which you will notice is that, so if you guys have been trying to solve this particular question and you might have used ChatGPT or perhaps you already had this knowledge about Excel, that there is a function called date value. Okay. And the entire uh, function of this particular method is that it converts a date in text to the date format. Okay, so this is a date value function, and we just have to enter the text value. Okay, so it's pretty simple. I will just enter it, and let's see if I get the desired result. Okay, so I am getting something, but I can see that there are few value errors which I am able to see and few numerical values. So for these numerical values, it's pretty simple. So actually, date is stored in numerical values in our system. Okay, in computers, date is been it's stored in numerical values, and then you can actually convert it to date time format. And why is it that? Why are you able to see this 4,000, 45,194? Why is it that? Because this is actually the number of days that has passed from there was specific date. I am not able to remember that. I guess it was 1st of Jan 1990. Okay. It was, I guess, 1st of Jan 1990. And this was the exact date from which it is referencing this particular date, and it's able to calculate the number of days which have passed yet. Okay. What I've done. Okay. So it's a pretty simple process that you have to do. That now to convert these numbers into, dates which we usually are accustomed to see, just simply select this entire column and select this short date. And you can see that this has converted this entire date into a reasonably, you know, a certain format which we are familiar with. But the thing is that we have value errors. Okay. And those value errors occur only in the dates which have hyphens between them, right? And why is this value error occurring? Can anyone just tell me this? Can you guys tell me why am I able to see this value error over here? Because as you can see that this date is, it's being perfectly uh, converted to a date time format. But this date, there is something wrong with this one. What's wrong with this? Can anyone just open their mic and tell me?
It's a month as
Yes,
like
it
well,
does.
17, right? Yeah, go ahead.
17 month.
Exactly. So the difference between these two dates is that actually the month is over here. Okay. The month is over here and the date is over here. And what this date value function does is it's able to read this that, okay, so what it does is it by default takes into account that, okay, so this is the date and this should be the month. Okay. And it's able to read it, okay, so it is 3rd of December 2022. But actually, it is 12th of March 2022. And when it's able to, when the number of day is between 1 to 20, 1 to 12, it's able to convert it into that format. But whenever the date exceeds 12, it's giving you that error. So the problem is that whenever we are having these hyphens over here, it's converting the date wrong. Okay, it's converting the date into DD. Actually, it's assuming that the date is in DD, MM, YYYY. But actually, the hyphen dates are in MM, DD, and YYYY. Okay, so this is the error it is making. And for that, we have to write an entire Excel function. Okay, let's
Excuse
try
me,
to
sir.
debug this. Yeah, yeah, Tarak.
Sir, I am not getting any error. I am doing like this only.
Are you using date value function?
Yes, I am using date value function.
Then perhaps congratulations. You might have no such date which have the month section of it.
It
The
has 10,
it
19,
has.
20. Yes, sir.
Uh, well, we can look into it after when I'm finished with this. Okay,
Okay,
the doubt
okay,
section. Okay.
okay,
I
okay.
want
So
to
now,
ask one thing. Like, why are you
yeah,
choosing this approach? Like, can't we use pandas?
yeah, we can use pandas. That's
Yeah, you
absolutely
can
right.
just coerce it, right? Actually, you can just coerce it and it
Exactly. We
will
we
take
can
care of
just
it.
pass it out. But the
Yeah,
thing is that we can use pandas. But the thing is that I wanted to show this entire thing in Excel.
okay.
And
Yeah, good. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so how you can do this entire thing in Excel? And obviously, the question is about Excel, cleaning up the data in Excel. So, how can I just go ahead with pandas instead? Right. So, how you can actually, debug this error? So, the thing is that whenever we will be going to have hyphen functions, what we're going to do, we are going to separate it out. Okay. And for that, okay, for that, uh, yeah, we have to find a hyphen. Okay, first and foremost, I'll be finding that there should be a hyphen in this entire text. Okay, so a few arguments. So this is the find function which is able to find a certain substring in this entire string. Okay, also I have to do this over here, which is find, and this is the hyphen function, so the hyphen substring within this text, and we'll be able to. Okay, so this has. I missed that something. Should be D3. And okay, so this find function is able to return me that, okay, there is something, there is a hyphen in this entire date text. Okay. So now what we can do is to identify if the date, because this function is just giving me the place where this hyphen is present, right? Now, how can I classify? How can I, kind of create it like uh, a yes no category? Okay, so how can I create a condition out of it? Because it's just giving me a three. It's just giving me the position of that certain hyphen. So what we can do is we can use the is number function. Okay, so I will just create a new column. That's much better to understand. Okay, so I'll be using an is number function, which is when it's being passed with a number, it's going to return a true, right? But if you're going to pass a string or let's say any other thing into it, let's say I'm going to write Saransh, right? So when you're going to pass a string or an element of any other data type, it's going to return a false. Okay, and that's going to be our key to solve this problem, right? So what we're going to do is I am going to enclose this entire thing in an is number function, and that is how I will get true or false over here. Okay, just you can just see that I just added this is number and it's giving me a true, but it's giving me a false over here because it's actually trying to find out if it is a number or not. And actually, it's a Boolean value. Okay, so we can just clear this. If there are okay, let's just leave it. Okay, so it's giving me a true. Now, when we have a true, when we have a value which is giving me something like true, what can I do to actually create a you know condition kind of thing? Can anyone just tell me what should I do?
So if it's true, then do not parse. If it's false, then parse using date value.
Exactly, exactly. If we are able to find this hyphen in it, then we have to uh, not parse it. We have to actually do something else. And if we are able to find it, then well and good. That's pretty fine. Okay. Before I get into that, what we are actually going to, how we are actually going to use this is number function. I want to show you how you can convert this date, this particular date, in the right format. Okay. And for that, let's just convert this particular because all these hyphen dates are being, converted wrongfully. But I'll be showing you how you can convert this date using this one because it's giving me a value error, right? So how I can do this? It's pretty simple. First and foremost, you have to use the substringing functions. So I don't know the exact name for the exact class in which these functions lie, but I will call them substringing functions, right? So left function, you just give it the text and the number of characters you want to, get out of it. And let's say if I give it a 5, what we'll do is it will give me the first 5 characters out of this text. Okay. And if I if I change it to a right, it's going to give me the last 5 characters from the right part. Okay, so this is how these functions work. And there is also a mid function as well. And what does this mid function do? It just you have to give the text, then you have to get the number, the starting position which it needs to start with, and then you have to give the number of characters. So can anyone tell me how can I fetch out this 17 out of it, out of this particular date using this mid function? Can anyone tell me? Also, you can just see that it's giving you the key. That first of all you have to pass the text, then the starting number, and then the number of characters. Uh, Aniruddha Mukherjee has given me a formula. Let's just copy and paste it, and let's see if it works or not. Okay, okay. So she has given me F, and I have to get this one. Absolutely right. Thank you, Aniruddha. So this is how you actually extract out 17 out of this text. Okay. And what we did was we simply uh, enter this start number parameter as 4 because we have to start it with the fourth digit. Okay, we have to start with the fourth character in this string, which is 1. And then we pass the number of characters we want out of it, which was 2. And the 2 includes 1 and 7. That's why it's giving me 70. Now, can anyone tell me, using all these three functions, how can I generate the date? So, firstly, tell me, first and foremost, just tell me how can I extract the year part of this date? Anyone? Also, Aniruddha, you can open up your mic and just speak it out.
Yeah, just typing it in the chat. 2 seconds. I think this should work.
Okay. Let's give it a try. So, Aniruddha, which one is the one to extract out the year?
The one at the end, right?
The one
F74.
at the end. All right.
Yeah.
Let's give it a try. And I'll be changing this because I have nothing over here. And then this should work. Okay. It's able to extract the year out of it. Now I want uh, someone else
The
to tell me, not Aniruddha. Now I want someone else to tell me how I can extract the month part of the date. Anyone just open up their mic and speak it out. And even if you get it wrong, we won't be penalizing you in any shape or form, right? If you get it wrong, then we can actually get you to understand how your answer was wrong. Just open up your mic and participate, guys. That's what will make this discussion really, uh, fruitful, a lack of better words. Okay, so Nilima has given me a function. Let's just copy it. And Nilima, this function is for what? Can you open up your mic?
12
For the 12
extraction.
part. Okay. And 12 was the month part, right? And that's very good. And now, how can I extract the date part? Anyone, except these two guys. Just give me the code for that. Anyone? Anyone? By the way, that's actually done. So,
Yeah,
uh,
it's already done. Yeah, that's what I
yeah,
was
that's
only
already
saying.
done. So, all right, I didn't see that. Okay, it's my bad. So, we have got all the three components of the date we require, right? Now, how can you reconstruct the entire date? For that, we will be using the date function. The date function, and you can see what it all requires. So it requires a year. We definitely have the year. Then it requires the month. We have the month as well. And then it requires the day. Simply pass these three parameters and it will give you the correct date. Okay. And can you see that this is different from this one, right? So this is how you're going to solve this entire problem. And what I will do is I will paste this is num function. So I'm going to go really quick about this. And then Parasa will ask you guys what's happening. Okay. So it's three. Doing it. And if there is a hyphen, is a date, and then the year will be should be like 22, 4, and then it would be left 22, then it would be net D242. That's done. The date one is done. All right. And next, what we will be doing, passing the date value function for all the non-hyphen ones. What does it require? Okay, so my bad. So actually, I've been passing these uh, things in the isNum function. So we have to create a if statement, and this should work. Absolutely, it's working. We yeah, we have got it. Okay, we have got it, guys. So, can anyone tell me what I actually did? How I actually created this entire function, these entire uh, how I get the real value. So this is the function which I used. I'll try to magnify it even more, but I don't think that it would be. Okay, so guys, just tell me how I actually solved this particular problem. I just combined the things which I actually did, and then I am able to get the answer. So just tell me what is the last piece of the puzzle I have just put, and it's working perfectly fine. Just tell me that. Anyone, just open up them. Guys, like it's fast. Anyone who is able to explain me what's happening over here? Well, I guess not. All right. So we have simply passed this entire thing in an if function, and then we are able to, then we are giving it. So if it's able to find the hyphen, then we will be using this date function. Otherwise, if it's a slash, if it's using that slash date format, then we will be passing it to a date value function. Okay, that's pretty simple. And the next bits of this entire exercise are very simple. So what I actually used to do is just paste these exact values, edit this column, convert this entire column to a short date format, and that's pretty much done. Next, what you have to do, you have to just head back to the yeah. So next, what you have to do, you have to actually get the delta values from here. So that's pretty simple. I'm not going to tell you guys how to do this because that can be simply done using the text to column function. Text to column option right here. Okay, that's pretty simple. I will tell you how you can actually remove these spaces. So if you guys can see that we have multiple spaces in these, uh, in these currency values. So that's pretty simple. Use a trim function. It's going to remove. Sorry, it's going to remove the extra spaces around this entire thing. Okay, and then how can you actually separate these USD and the currency? That's up to you, right? So I won't be getting into the depths of it because that's basic Excel. Okay. So anyone having any doubts? Anyone, guys? Do you have any doubts? By the way, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
All right. So any doubts, anyone? Or should we move ahead with the next question?
Yeah, I tried to do it while with you and
Mhm.
getting an error. I'm pretty sure it's some bracket error or something. But
Yeah.
uh,
So I will just copy this one and let's try. Give it a try. Okay. Because why not? Okay. So, error.
I think the
Okay. So
cell name
the thing is that Aniruddha, the
yeah,
only
shouldn't
problem, that only error you are making is that if you find this hyphen, then you are actually passing the date value.
or should be opposite. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly, it should be opposite, and then it will.
yeah.
Okay, so let's move ahead to the next question if no one has any doubts.
So for
Right.
me,
Yeah, Tanya, please share us. I just forgot about it.
can I share my screen? Okay, sir.
Yeah, please share us.
So this thing, I applied date value function. All the
Mhm.
functions get converted into slash one.
Into slash one. Okay, that's
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
So my
Are
screen
you
is
using
visible?
Google Sheets by any chance?
No, sir. It's Excel.
Excel. I guess it would be an advanced version of Excel which is able to pass through everything. That's pretty good. Mm.
Okay.
And it's let me just have a look. it's able to get the uh,
Actually, sir,
text
it is
out.
10/19. See, it is taking month as
Ah,
19.
yeah, there is an error in the
Yeah,
slash ones.
yeah.
Yeah, it should be the 2nd of June over here. So the slashed ones your hyphen ones are perfect, I guess.
Yes, yes,
Or
yes.
yeah, yeah, they're perfect. No, they're not perfect. Yeah, your slash ones are perfect. Oh, sorry, your hyphen ones are perfect, but your slash ones are not. So you have the
The
opposite problem.
hyphen ones are also not perfect. See, E6. It's 10/19/2022.
Actually, I guess that your date value function is converting them to MMDDYYYY.
Okay, for all of
Yeah,
these.
it's converting it to MMDDYYY. In my case, it was TDMMYYY, right?
Okay,
So
okay,
you have your problem with your slash ones, and
okay.
you can rectify it. Okay,
Okay, sir.
it follows the exact same format. Okay,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
all right, it's done. You can stop sharing now.
Yes, sir.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's move ahead to the next question. And we have this, and as you guys can see that even I was struggling with this entire question. So uh, I would say that uh, what we can do. Okay, let's just go ahead with this one. All right, so I'll be naming it Q2. And if I'm not wrong, this entire thing is about, uh, changing everything in the VS Code editor itself. Let me open the VS Code editor. Yeah. So here is the Q2. Okay, this is not the Q2. Q2 reference. Did it download? Yeah, it was Q2 reference. All right. Uh, so this is the entire data file we have been given. Okay. I just try to magnify it. All right. Okay. So this is the entire file we have been given. By the way, guys, I am able to see that only nine of you are present over here, excluding me and Jivraj. There are only seven people present over here. So I would really, urge you guys to uh, encourage your friends to and your course mates to go ahead and just join these live sessions because whenever we give projects like that one that just went by and then they regret not joining these live sessions and actually learning something good. So I urge you guys to just go ahead and encourage your uh, course mates or your friends. Otherwise, it's really good to have you guys over here. Okay, all right. So what we do is that we have to fetch out these IDs out of the out of this entire you know mess that we have been given. Let's be real. This is the entire mess that we have been given. So what I, what I will do is that I will firstly try to remove the extra spaces, and for that it's pretty simple. Just select what you want to replace, change all occurrences, and I will replace it by a single space. Okay, and then what I will do is I will just replace this space and dash with a uh, let's let's say only a dash. Okay, so these are few changes that you have to make on your own. You have to look into the file and actually make these changes. Okay, so this is another one. The another one would be these uh, double colons. Simply change it to a dash, right? And then we are going to face the problem of space dash again. Simply change it to a dash. Okay, and I guess it's pretty much done. What else we can do is we can remove these marks because we have nothing to do with the marks at the moment, right? So I will just copy this marks, change all occurrences, yeah, change all occurrences, and I will uh, remove everything after it. And how did I do it? Just Control, Shift, and right arrow key. Okay, and it will just remove everything after that. Simply press delete, and let's hope it will. Yeah, it works. Okay, so all the marks are gone, and the only thing that we are left with are the names and the IDs. Okay, next thing that I will do is that I will remove and these extra new line characters. Simply select these, change all occurrences, and press delete. This should work. Yeah, it works perfectly. Next, what I'm going to do is I will be removing these extra space characters, extra new line, this entire space character. And the thing is that you will be wondering that why I'm doing it like this. The only reason is that because if I select a space, let's say, it's going to select every space over here. Okay, and to and I don't want to remove every space over here, right? So for that, what I will do is I will select this thing, change all occurrences, and it's going to select only those particular places when we have a new line character and then we have a space. Okay, now I'll press delete. It's going to be like this. I'll press enter, and it's again back to the new line. Okay, again we are facing with this one, and let's change all occurrences. So this is a process that you have to do manually, and you can actually do it really quickly in this way, because if you are going to, let's say, if I'm going to Python and then I'm trying to figure it out how to get the entire thing out of it, so it's not going to work. The only reason being there is a lot of ambiguity in this entire thing, okay, in this entire mess, because somewhere you have dashes and then space, somewhere you have space and dashes, so that's a really big mess, and that's Python is going to have a really bad time solving it. Okay, you can pass this entire thing to an LLM. That's one thing to do, but the thing is that this entire file is about 10,000 lines. Okay, so you have 10,000 uh, people and their data. So I really doubt that an LLM will be able to pass through all these lines in that sense. Okay, so I'll replace these as well, and whenever we have these, I will delete it, and yeah, it will work it. And then, as you can see, that we have few names which have a hyphen as well. Okay, so there is a name which have a hyphen. Yeah, there are few names which have a hyphen, and then we have a dash as well. So after this, I don't think that anything much is remaining. What I will do is just simply save it. Okay, now I will head back to Google, and I will open a TXT to CSV converter, because the thing is that you can actually convert it in your file explorer as well, but that's not recommended, because some kind of encoding errors are always there. Okay, so my q2.txt is saved. Now I will just have to drag it to this text converter. Convert it, please. It's converting. Let's wait. It's a large file. Obviously, it's going to take a bit more time than expected. By the way, guys, do you have any problems regarding this one? This entire thing which I did? Any problems regarding it? Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Tanya.
Sir, how you removed the marks part?
For the marks part, the thing is that let's say I have a marks over here. Okay, I have marks over here. Then I have marks. Okay, it has opened it. Let's head back to VS Code. Okay, I have marks like this as well. Okay, and then we have the marks, and here the let's say the marks over here is like this. So what I did was, it was pretty simple. I just selected so it was marks. Okay, I just selected this part, because if I am going to select this entire thing, then it won't be able to, if I just click on change all
Yes,
preferences, it won't be able to get the upper one as well. Okay. So for this, just simply select this marks one, change all occurrences. So you can see that we have got a cursor, a multi-cursor over here, right? What you can do to also truncate. So what you can do is just simply press delete and then that marks will just go. But we also want to truncate these marks, these numerical values as well. So
Yes,
for
sir.
that, what I did was simply I selected this. So it's marks, the S as well. Okay. Change all occurrences. Now, what I did was carefully control shift and right arrow key. Okay. So control shift and right arrow key is going to select everything that's to the right of the the place
Okay.
where your cursor is. Okay. Now simply press delete and it's going to delete.
And one
Okay.
more thing, sir. So you
Yeah.
have removed spaces in the starting, but for me,
Yeah.
when I'm doing this, it is selecting all the spaces in the entire text.
Yeah. So you never have to remove all the spaces. You never have to select a space. So I never deleted a space actually. So if I just change all occurrences and you can see that all the space are intact. What I did replace was I replaced the double spaces. Okay.
Yes, sir. That I
So I
got.
replaced the double spaces with a single space
Okay, okay, okay,
character.
okay,
Okay.
okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So now you have the CSV file, and what I will do is to this data, not filter, to remove a filter. Yeah. That's two columns. Delimiter is going to be a dash and finish, and we can see that we have got these two columns, actually three columns, because we have few uh, IDs over here as well, because few people had dashes in their names. So it has given me like this. So what I can do is simply, if I will run a if statement, if this particular cell have nothing, if this particular cell has nothing, then simply give me this value. And if it actually has something, then you have to return me the C1 value. Okay, just simply, okay. All right. So actually, I have to drag it down entirely, which is not feasible. So if I just drag it to a few places, you're going to see that it's going to give me all these IDs. Okay. So we have extracted the IDs out of that entire mess. And now what you can do is simply, select this entire thing, remove duplicates, and then it will remove the duplicates. So it has expanded the selection. That was not intended. Continue with the color, yeah, and go. So it has removed some duplicate values. It has removed 439 duplicate values and only 53 remain. So actually that's not the correct answer because I have not selected each and everything. Okay. So you have to do it for the entire column. Okay. So that's how you solve this problem. Any doubts or should we move ahead? I guess no doubts. That's pretty good. Okay. Uh, all right. So I guess all of you are familiar with the multi-cursor functionality which I just choose. Is it that? Okay. Can anyone tell me? Just open up your mic, and can anyone tell me how can I delete everything after a slash? Anyone just open up their mic and tell me how can I remove this entire part after the slash? Okay.
So control F
Yeah.
slash.
All
Then
right.
for me it's
Control.
option.
Yeah. Control F and slash. All right.
Then for me it's option enter. I don't know the Windows equivalent.
Okay. So here's a
Uh,
Mac.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think alt enter. Alt enter might
Alt.
be.
Just a second. Okay. Alt and enter.
Yeah.
All right. So
And
that's
then
that's a shortcut which I actually learned from you. Okay.
yeah,
That's
and
good.
then just click
Yeah.
the left key and then shift control shift right and then yeah.
Just
Or
the
just
left
control
key.
shift right. Control shift right. Control shift right and then
Control
backspace. Yeah.
Shift and right.
and then backs, and then you
but
just
it
go
was
on
not
to
able
the end.
to get the entire thing.
Yeah, and then you can iterate. I mean, you can iterate after this again and do another.
No, I just want to delete everything in this one iteration. Okay.
Do Control Shift right again, and let's see what happens.
Okay, so it has
No,
gone to
yeah,
the
that
next
that
line.
breaks. That breaks. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So how can I solve it?
Um,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I will just reveal
yeah,
how you can
not getting
actually
it.
do.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So for that, simply select it. Okay, all occurrences, and this time you have to press function shift and then right. Okay.
What does function do?
So the difference between control shift and function shift is that control shift, if I just if you just go to your
Yeah.
PC and just press the control key and then right arrow, then it's going to jump to the next place which have a space.
Next
Okay,
word. Yeah, yeah.
next word, right? Exactly. If I just go to this Kathy at the very beginning of Kathy, and if I press down control and then right, it's going to jump to the next words. Okay.
Mm.
But what happens with function? If you press down function and press, let's say, let's head back to Kathy, and I want to move to the very right of very last of this entire line. So how you can do this is simply
Mm.
press down function and then the right arrow key, and it's going to just quickly take you to the right end of this entire line. Okay. So that's how you are actually going to solve this problem.
Yeah.
Okay, simply change all occurrences. Function shift and right. It's going to select the entire right part and just press enter. Okay, and now you have all the names. Okay, so that was a mini exercise, and it's really fun to interact with you guys if you just like, thank you, Anuruddha, for opening up your mic and just interacting with me. Okay, you
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
got to learn something new. Okay, so uh, that concludes the question two part. Any more questions, or should we move ahead? So what is this? Okay, this is shell. All right. Any more questions, guys? Or should we move ahead? I guess we should move ahead. If you guys have no other questions. All right. So let's. The next question is actually here you have to use Unix tools. Okay, Unix tools or Python regular expression. So that's up to you. But I'm going to demonstrate using Unix tools. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that by now you guys must have downloaded in some way or other, you must have got your hands on WSM or a VMware, because the thing is the project actually forces you to download these stuff, and in fact the GA is also forces you. Okay, okay, so I have this zip file already. What I have to do is simply go to the folder and I'm going to extract it. Extract to this one. Let's create a new folder. All right, so let's delete this one. Delete. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this to Q3. So that's really, it's going to help me not going to write actually the entire thing. Okay. So let's type in clear. Right, so we got a clear terminal and we are in Q3 at the moment. Let's press ls and see. Okay. So in this folder, we have this data file. All right. If I just open this data file in my VS Code, by the way, guys, is this level of magnification enough for you, or should I magnify it even more? Guys,
So it's enough.
all right. So
Yeah.
this is the data file which we get in our uh, from the downloaded zip folder. Now we are going to actually fetch out a certain pattern. Okay. If I go to the question ones, use this one. It is my question. This is not the one. There it is. I guess let's just scroll down. Okay. All right. So the question is that you have to find the number of successful GET requests for a page under slash Kannada slash from this particular date, from this particular time, which is 2 p.m. to I guess this is 10 p.m. If I'm not wrong, to 2 p.m. from 10 p.m. From 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Wednesdays. Okay, so you have to actually when you just give this entire file a look, you can see that each and every line has something to offer. Okay, and what we are going to look into this is that we have to find all the GET requests. Okay, so we have a GET written over here. Okay, we have GET which are successful. Okay, the number of successful GET requests, right? Not all GET requests, only the successful ones. So how can you actually get to know which request is actually successful? So can you even tell me how can I just figure it out how a certain
Status
let's
code
say
And the status code. Yeah.
exactly status.
200.
So what should be the status code? Yes,
200.
Sadia. Thank you, Tanya. And Sadia, you were trying to say something?
Yes, 200 status code.
Exactly. It should be 200. Okay. You can see that we have
Shouldn't
multiple other.
shouldn't it be between 200 and 300?
Exactly. It should be between 200 and 299 actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
From
Just before
300,
300.
yeah, just to 300. From 300, we start with some other kind of code. I'm not actually sure about which one. Okay. So we have to find where we are going to find the 200 ones. Right. Moreover, we have to find where this certain slash Kannada has been used. Okay, so can anyone tell me where the slash Kannada where can I find this slash Kannada? Anyone?
After the get. Yeah.
Exactly.
After
After
get.
the get, we have the URL we are trying to fetch, right? And you can see that we have slash Telugu. So I guess you guys, some of you might have got slash Telugu as well. For my case, it's slash Kannada. Okay. So we have to get the get requests which are successful, have Kannada between this to this on Wednesdays. Okay, that's another filter that you have to apply. And I will tell you how you can actually, just simplify this out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to run a grep command. Okay, so grep is a Unix tool which is used to identify patterns in your data. Okay, and if I pass a certain pattern to it, it's going to fetch out the it's going to fetch out the lines which have that particular pattern. Okay, so it should be the syntax of this should be grep, then the pattern, and then your file name. Okay, this should be the entire syntax of your code, of your actual command, not code. Okay, so it should be grep, and then I'm going to write the expression, the regular expression, which is going to actually search through all these lines of code and fetch out the pattern. And for that, it should be something like this. Just I'm going to just type it out, and then I will be explaining you guys. So this is dot uh, start, and then it should be a get. Then we are going to again have some. Okay, so I will just tell you. So this dot is actually a single letter. Okay, so this dot actually represents a single letter, but when you add a asterisk after it, it's actually we can say it's something like it's going to uh, you know this particular thing, this dot and asterisk. It means that there are multiple characters before get, and there are multiple characters after get. Okay, so this dot actually represents a single character, and this asterisk represents multiplicity. Okay, so it's going to kind of multiply that thing. Okay, uh, if for the lack of better words. Okay, so dot. So there are multiple characters before get, then there are multiple characters after get, and then there should be slash Kannada after it. Okay, then we have multiple characters after it as well, and it should be 200. We should get a 200 after it. Okay, 200 status code, and that's enough. We are not going to consider these three other filters we have to apply for the moment. Okay, so this is one thing, and we have to pass the name of the file, which is data, and you can see that it's going to give out all the files which have this particular thing, yeah, this particular pattern, which is get Kannada and a status code of 200. Okay, and you can see all these lines which it has returned us. It's giving us this particular code. Okay, so let's say if I want to find the let's say if I want to find. Okay, guys, just tell me one thing. If I want to find all the get requests which had a status code of 400, or yeah, just 400, which have a status code of 400, and they were sent through Mozilla Firefox device. Can anyone tell me that? How can I fetch it? Just open up your mic and just help me out. Okay, so the
Again, do
agenda is
level two. Do a level two. Again, there is a level two filtering you can do on this. Pipe it out. Level two. 200
yeah,
mentioned.
we can definitely do that, but the thing is
Or you
that
can use sed awk, actually, like you can use any of the scripts, or you can write a
uh
Python program, or you can there are many ways of doing this.
exactly, there are many ways to do this, but yeah, just as you just told us that we can use a Python script as well. But the thing is that I want to demonstrate it's using uh, these Unix tools, and yes,
Okay,
we can
sorry.
do yeah, and yes,
Go.
we can do it using pipe operators as well. But the thing is that I'm not asking you to to fetch out that this entire thing from these patterns which it has pointed out. I'm asking you to fetch it out of all of these lines. Okay, so if I just mentioned that, okay, so this is
I've
one level of filter, and after that I want one more filter. So then obviously we could have used a pipe operator. But the thing is that I am asking you to fetch it from all these lines. Yeah, anyone?
I've attempted in the chat if you could have a look.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So okay, Tanya has also given a code. That's really good of you guys to participate. Okay, so actually, you also have to mention the name of the file, Anuruddha. Okay, so let's check.
Yeah, that minor detail. I mean, just wanted to the grep.
Yeah. So what it is doing is that it's giving us the get, then Kannada. Okay, so Kannada was something which I didn't mention, Anuruddha. I only mentioned,
Sorry about that. Yeah.
yeah, the get requests which have a status code of 400, and they were sent using Mozilla. All right. So this is kind of correct, but not exactly correct. So Tanya, let's check your code as well, your command. And again and again, I'm saying, okay, so you're asking to make a change. All right. Let's change it to 400. And exactly, we are going to get all the requests, which, okay, so the thing is that it's actually giving us 200. Let me check why. Okay, so the thing is that it's actually, fetching out this 400 out of it. Okay, so this is, I guess, kind of another level of code which I'm not aware about. Uh, but what we can do is we can make some changes like this: space and then space again. Let's check now, and exactly now we are able to find all the requests which have a code of 400. Okay, so the difference, the change which I made was, so this is Tanya's code. What I simply did was I just added two spaces after this 400, because the thing is, it was fetching all those lines which have 4,000 code. Okay, and they were actually successful. They were having 2,200 code, status code. So it was fetching that 400 from another code, and that was giving us the issue. Okay, so I just simply added these spaces, and we are able to get the right answer. Okay, so this is how you solve that. But let's head back to the particular portion we are looking at. Okay, so the I got get and the Kannada one, and I have to change it to successful, and also let's make sure. Okay, so this is not the code. So no, it should be like this. Okay, and also, uh, yeah, and also it should have a 200 success code. Okay, with a space. Let's enter, and it's just going on and on. Yeah, we are able to get all these get with Kannada and then the status code of 200. Right. Now, the thing that you have to do is you have to move it to a CSV file or an Excel file. Okay. And rather than an Excel file, let's move it to a TXT file. Okay. Because I am pretty sure that it's if I'm going to, just put all these files, all these data uh, into a CSV, it is going to give me a compatibility issue, and I'm not going to, just dive into that mess. Okay. So I will just create a new one, which is data, let's call it data gen. Uh, you guys might have some, uh, you know, some, what we say, some kind of deja vu of that data gen, and we'll make it .txt. Okay. So what does this greater than operator do? It just transfers the entire output which this command was giving us to this particular file, which is detergent.txt, right? Let's go to detergent.txt, and we are able to find all these links over here. Good. But the thing is that we also have to apply a few more filters as well. For that, let's go back to Google. Okay, so this is the open define is another thing that we have to cover today. So what I will do is ext to CSV converter once again, and where it is, yeah, it's data gen. It's converting. Switch. So what's my usual pipeline of working is I fetch out this entire thing from, uh, let's say I do a bit amount of these pattern matching using Unix commands. And then the things which require some numeric stuff, like between this date or between this time and on Wednesdays as well. So for that, I just just put on few filters in Unix, just get the entire output out of that, and put it to a CSV file. Okay. Okay, so this is data agenda CSV. Save. Let's open it. Okay, so it's 2 MB file, pretty big. All right. So we have this entire file with us. All right. What I'm going to do is I want this part. Okay, let's just magnify it. I want this part, right? I have, so all these lines have those three filters about Kannada, get, and successful request. Now we have to apply another filters, which are these. Okay, the date one, we have to apply, we have to get to know about the day from the date. Then we have to get to know the time, right? So for that, what we are going to do is, let's just see. What we can do, we can give it a text to column. So by the way, I haven't solved this question yet, and I'm solving it live in front of you. Okay, so let's just solve it together then. Let's go. Okay, okay, okay. Let's just head back. Okay, my bad. It should be like this. Okay, next and finish. Okay, it has. All right. So we don't need this part now. We just need this one, right? Now, I will create a new column over here, and what we can do is we can do another text to columns. This time, I will be entering this one, finish, and yeah, we have separated out the entire date out of that entire line. Okay, now the only thing remains, simply delete these two. No need for you. All right, and now let's just head back to the question. Now it's asking us to from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right. So for that, we have to separate out the uh, date as well, date and time as well. Can anyone tell me how can I do this? Anyone? Just tell me how can I separate out the date?
Sorry, what's the question?
My question is, so I have this date and time together. I want to find out, I want to separate out the date and then the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can.
Yeah, I
How
mean,
can I do this?
There are three fields here: date, time, and then time zone. So I
Yeah.
think it will separate out, right? There are functions for that.
Yeah. How can I do this?
yeah,
Can
which
we do that?
functions I think is the question. I mean,
Yeah.
so I think maybe you can split by colon, but then that would
Mhm.
make the time messed up. Another thing you could do is split by the year 2024. I'm pretty sure there's 2023 or 2022 as well. So you can do that thrice.
Mhm.
Those are just two ideas off the top of my head. But a very clean split, I can't think of directly right now.
You are almost correct, Aniruddha. And you actually gave the right answer, to be honest. The thing is that we only require the R. Okay. We only require this 14, this R and 22. Okay. So even if we split it by a column, it's going to, let's just split it by a column and let's see what we have. We have a column. Yeah, finish. There is already data. Okay, let's just do one thing. Delete everything over here. And next, by column, next, finish. Okay, can you see this? That we only needed a call. We only need the R, right? Also, we needed the uh, minutes as well, but we have no use for these, the seconds and the time zone, right? So we have the R. Let's just name this because why not? It's date, it's R, and it's minutes. Okay. Now, what I can do is I have to convert it to. Okay, so can anyone tell me how can I convert this string to a date time object? We just did it a few moments, a
Yeah,
few
date
minutes back.
value. Yeah,
Yeah,
date
date.
value.
All right. So, okay, it has given me an error. Let's see. A value used in this formula is of wrong data type. Okay, so I guess it has already converted it to a. Yeah, it has already converted to a date time object. So no need for that. What we have to do is we have to get that week of the day. Okay. Week, it returns numbers 1 to 7, identifying the day of the week of the day. All right. So let's just pass it and go ahead. Okay, so it's giving me like this, but I will convert it to a number. All right, so this is giving me 3, which means if it's okay, we also have to specify the return type. Okay, so if we just look over here, So we have multiple options of returning. So number one is Monday through Sunday, which is 7. So I'll be selecting 2 over here because it's going to return me with the values with one with Monday will be 1 and Sunday will be 7. So that's the best way to go ahead to enter, and this value is 2 because this is going to be a Tuesday. Okay, what I will do is I will give it a weekday name and let's apply filters to it. Okay, let's see if we have. Okay, so we have multiple options over here, and the third one is going to be Wednesday, right? It's going to be Wednesday. Okay, we have got 230 values out of 3000 values. So these are going to be Wednesdays for us. Now we have to find the R, and the R is going to start. Okay, so let's apply number of filters. Okay, it's going to be okay. So it should be between. It should be greater than or equal to 14, and it should be less than or equal to 22. Got it. And we have this data. Okay, if I just copy this entire thing, so this is best practice. I would recommend you guys to whenever you get something like this to just copy it to another sheet because uh, you know it prevents a mishap. All right, so that's done. That's done, and let's just convert it to convert it like this. This is done. All right, we have our days, and then we have this as well. And okay, so we have few values which should be uh so this is so can you guys see this? We have 22 over here. Okay, so it says the question says that it should be before 22:00. So you actually have to apply a filter over the minutes value as well. Okay, so 20 to 18 is it's not going to be here. Okay, so that's wrong. It should be 00. It should be, this value should be less than 22:00. So that's something which I will leave to you guys. So and I will just include this question over here. Any questions regarding this?
No such questions. Yeah.
Anyone else? Any questions? Or should we move ahead? All right. So let's just move ahead and let's
Raj,
have a look.
I'll probably drop off now, but thank you so
Okay.
much. Just
Okay.
wanted
Okay.
to.
You can always
Yeah.
watch the recording of the lecture.
Yeah. I'll catch the rest on the recording. Thank you so
All
much.
right. All right. So now that Anuruddha has gone, I want you guys to, participate a lot more. Okay. So because he was participating a fair bit, and please participate a lot. Okay. So that's also giving us motivation for continuing this entire session, and it helps us a lot. Okay. So let's go ahead with the fourth question, which is Apache logs downloads. Okay. And what we're going to see is that it's pretty much the same thing that we did in the third question. Okay.
This
So
is a
I'm
repeat
just
of
going,
the third. This is a repeat of the
yeah,
third pattern.
exactly. It's just a repeat of that. I'm just going to give it a scan. I'm just going to scan it once. And if there is something which I can show you, then I'm going to show you. Okay. By the way, I haven't solved these questions yet, so I don't know what they contain. Okay. So this is Q4. So basically, I'm live solving in front of you guys. Has it downloaded or not? Yeah, it's okay. I will extract it to this one. Yeah, it's here, and we have the data file. All right, let's head back to our our terminal, our WSL. Okay, and I will just CD back to that particular folder. All right, so we are here. Let's just ls, and yeah, we have the data file. Let's open that file in front of us. All right, so yeah, I guess it's just pretty much the exact same thing. Uh, let's just check the question. So across all requests under Carnatic slash on this is date. So I guess it is more easier than the previous one. How many bytes did the top IP address by volume of downloads downloaded? Okay, so it requires the same amount of uh, the same thing, which is using a grep command. Okay, so it's going to be something like this, and I will leave it to you guys to solve. Okay, any questions regarding this grep thing? Because now we will be moving ahead to open define. Any questions regarding this?
Maybe I suggest maybe if people use egrep, it's even more better. Like we just
Yeah,
don't have to,
absolutely. egrep is even
yeah,
more better,
deal with
and
BRE and all those. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
And
guess
if
it's like this, Harsha, right?
yeah, you can just type egrep, eg. Yeah, you can give as a minus e, or yeah. This
Mhm.
way also works. The other one is this way. And the higher
Yeah.
version of this is actually like you guys know
Mhm.
RG is even more like rest in peace grep, they
Okay.
call it, because grep
Okay.
is
Okay.
outdated, so RG is even more better. And if you want higher levels, you can have sed and awk, you can write your own script. If you want even higher levels, you can go earlier days we used to use with Perl and all, actually, like and then you came up with this multi-threaded thing. But you have
Yeah.
many levels of doing this, so yeah, there are many tools available.
Yeah.
You can even use LLM, like how you guys
Absolutely. We can
you
use
can,
LLM,
that
but the
itself will do
but,
the trick.
but the
Uh,
thing is that we have about 2 lakhs of data.
no, but that is where the deep learning kicks in, right? Actually, like if you have
Yeah.
more than 100,000 records, then deep learning is pretty good. So
Mhm.
you have other ways. Yeah,
Yeah, we can, actually send this data into batches to the LLM, and that will take time, but yeah, it can be for using LLMs.
it is pretty fast. It depends upon, yeah. There are other ways. Yeah, as you said, actually there are. Yeah, it's good actually. Like the questions are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you are having fun solving this question, Rachel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this question is pretty much the same, and I won't be putting much time on this. Okay, so let's go to OpenRefine and let's get along with this. Okay, so this is a really interesting topic, OpenRefine, because the thing is, okay, I won't be downloading this data. I will be using data, but of some other type actually. Let's just close all windows. All right. So OpenRefine is a tool which you can download from their website, OpenRefine, and you can download the tool. But the thing is that they don't have a GUI application. Okay, and that's pretty saddening that they don't have a GUI application. The thing is that OpenRefine, whenever like let's say, actually what I did was OpenRefine requires you to run a command to get uh, its server started. Okay, so that's something which is unexpected of software which is used in multiple places nowadays. But we have to deal with what we have. Okay, so what I did was there was so can you guys see this open define over here? What I did was I created an exe file which had a certain cmd command to run that open define, and I obviously have forgotten that cmd command by now, and it runs that command. And if I'm not wrong, then I actually used the icon. I also changed the icon of this particular thing. And now whenever I just double click on it, and it will run that CMD command, and then it will start my server. Okay. So let's get started with OpenRefine. Okay. So OpenRefine is a tool which is used to make your life easier with data. Okay, so it's used for data preparation, data cleaning, data pre-processing. For all these things, OpenRefine is used. And the very, the very great thing, the very best thing about OpenRefine is that it actually gives you something. It actually incorporates some kind of, it incorporates deep learning into its architecture, and it's able to solve your problems quickly. Okay, so I will just open something. I will show you how it works. Okay, so by the way, I am going to open my BDM project data. Okay, so the thing is that I created my BDM project. So I used OpenDefine to do a certain task in my BDM project, and then I was able to get it right. So I'm going to import that particular data, and I'm going to show you how what was the problem, and then how I solved it. Okay. Before that, I will just open it in Excel and then show you. That would be much more better. So by the way, I will be honest that TDS is a subject which actually helped me a lot in getting along with this BDM project. So BDM project, if you guys don't know, it's claimed to be the kind of the hardcore boss of all the diploma projects. Okay, so students are actually dropping out of this entire degree because of that project. And this project, uh, so I actually used TDS, and I was able to complete this project within a month. So usually it's the entire timeline of BDM project is about 4 months, but I was able to complete it in 1 month. And thanks to TDS, uh, that I was able to do multiple things which I may have taken a lot of time to do, and I was able to do it, and that's how I was able to complete it really fast. Okay, so the data was something like this. So it was a handloom shop. Okay, so they were selling products like table covers, towels, blankets, cushion covers, plastic mats, something like all these kind of products which can be categorized into uh, home decor and handloom. Okay, so what I did was, can you guys see this? We have items like this. Okay, so this was something which I actually had to manually type in. So I actually didn't have this entire data given to me in Excel format. I actually had to type it out from used bills from the bill copy of the seller. Okay, so I was provided with that, and that was the only thing which I was able to get out of it. And then I have to manually type each and everything, and that this was the final product. Okay, so we got table covers, large, table covers, small. Okay. Then we have bed sheets, small, cushion cover sets. Okay. Curtain, 5 feet. And if you just search, we have multiple curtains. Okay. We have curtains of multiple types, which are AC curtains, curtains 9 feet, curtains 5 feet. All these types are different things. Okay. We have a curtain gajari as well. So gajari in Hindi, it's actually the carrot color. Okay. So we have multiple uh, curtains of multiple types. So the thing is that when you are actually going to perform data analysis on this data, you are going to have you are going to have, uh, you know, you're going to be you'll be dealing with all these different types separately. Okay, so if I'm going to calculate the sum of all the curtain 5 feet types, then it's going to be a pretty small number. And we have very few rows of this curtain 5 feet as well. Okay, so if I just copy it once and put it into here and find all, let's say find all. So only 5 cells have this. Only 5 cells have curtain 5. So it's impractical to perform any data analysis on this data, right? So what I did was I decided to club all the curtains together. Okay. It can be AC curtains, it can be curtains gajri, it can be 5 feet, 7 feet, no matter what. I just clubbed all the curtains together. I clubbed all the blankets together, all the plastic mats together, all the door mats together, all the table covers together. Okay. And then I was able to actually get a pretty good insight out of it. But the thing is that it's a really tedious task to, get just change the names of all these things to one thing.
No, why do you want to change it? See, like there are different ways of, like, Tris. There are at least 40 ways, like, of doing looking at the data. Actually, like,
Mhm.
either you change it, that's one option, or you can go. There are many other ways of looking around it. Like, one of the things is, maybe, okay, so there's a tool like Pandas. If you use it, just use a query language, and then this is like, just starts with, right, or maybe whatever the regular expression. Like, one is a common denominator is the table, right? You can just group it by that, and then just one liner. That's all. One liner, you can get everything.
Yeah, that's definitely one manner, and I
Yeah,
can
that's
use
one
a
way. You
query
have other
parameter.
tools. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, we
Yeah.
can use that, but it's going to add one more step in my data analysis, right?
No,
Isn't
actually,
it?
like, usually I don't use Excel, because, see, Excel is like outdated. Like, you use Pandas or something like programming. It's like, where, like, you automate these steps. Like, it's not just this. This is just one step in a pipeline, right?
Mhm.
So, so this is what, actually, like, if you look at from a management perspective, you're
Mhm.
looking at product categories, right? You're
Okay.
looking at the hierarchy, and okay, anyways, there are some management terms here, but actually that's what you're analyzing here, slicing and dicing. So there is a way to approach it, but one of the step in that pipeline is this, actually, like what you are suggesting, so that you can put it as a part of Panda step, and then you can have many steps also, and then arrange in a pipeline, and then have few things in sequence, few things in parallel, and you can do that. Yeah.
Well, that can be done, and that's definitely a really good approach as well. But I actually used OpenDefine for that, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate. Definitely, you can use multiple other tools. So I could have one other thing can be just copy all these data. So there are about 105 multiple others as well. Okay, so this is just a small section of the data which I had. So we have 105 data sets, 105 rows. What we can do is we can simply copy them and send it to an LM and just ask it to classify into several different types. So that's another way as well. But I used this one for
Yeah,
I
yeah, go
used
ahead, go ahead.
Define
Yeah,
for this.
sure, go ahead. Yeah.
So uh, I guess it's been loaded. Yeah, it's loaded, and where it is. Okay. So, if I'm not wrong, I have to. It should be. Yeah, I'll be using this one. Okay, and then actually we have to create a project. Yeah, it's creating a project out of it. Good, that's done. Uh, we have to create a facet as well because it's actually been a long time I've used this. So we have to create a facet. So this is what are facets? Facets are something which is going to club your data together, if I'm not wrong. Text facet. I guess. Yeah, we have got it. So facets are something which is going to club your data into it's actually going to suggest you to club it into certain different types. Okay. So facets, then text file. So because this entire column is a text column, and obviously, if you guys are wondering that why am I able to see only 10 rows, because it's a filter over here. Just simply select 100 row and it's going to show you 100 rows. Okay. So uh, facet and then text facets. All right. I will just close this one. All right. So you can see that we have got all these uh, different types of products, items listed over here. Okay. Now we are going to click on cluster. Click on cluster, and it's going to give you multiple options. Okay. You can see that we have a method which is of key collision and nearest neighbors. If you guys have gone through the MLT and MLF courses, you guys specifically the MLT course, because MLF, I don't think that we have the nearest neighbor, all these algorithms present in MLF. So if you guys have done the MLT course, then you will be able to recognize this nearest neighbors. There was something like K nearest neighbors, right? So we have multiple approaches to actually do this. Okay. So the first method is key collision. Okay. And the keying function is we have multiple keying functions as well. So we have fingerprint, and let's just try each one of them. Okay, I'm using the method key collision with fingerprint keying function. Okay, simply click on cluster. Okay, so no clusters were found. Okay, no problems. Ngram. All right, no clusters again. All right, so this particular keying function is able to find few matches, and now you can see that we have it has clustered few things together, which is table cover. Okay, so it has clustered the small table cover and the large table covers together. Now what we can do is we can merge these two different items into one. Okay, and we can mention we have what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it table cover. Okay, so I'm going to replace wherever table cover small or large is present, I am going to merge these two, take over here, merge, and the new value will be table cover. Okay, same goes with the curtain. Okay, simply check this particular box which is asking you to if do you want to merge it or not. Okay, I'm going to merge it definitely, and the new value would be simply curtain. Okay, that's done. And what we have to do is it should be merge selected and recluster. Okay, you have to click over this particular option, which is merge selected and recluster. It's what it's going to do. It's going to merge these particular values and recluster your entire data set for once again checking if there are certain possibilities to club your uh, items together or not. Okay, so merge and recluster. It's not able to find it. So as you can see that mass edit 10 cells in column item. So it has done that editing. Okay, let's check for other functions as well. Is it able to find for meta phone 3? No, it's not able to find. All right. Cologne, if I'm pronouncing this function right. And let's check for this as well. BJMOS, okay, it's clustering, nothing. Fair. Okay. Let's check the nearest neighbor ones. Okay. And the nearest neighbor, we have only two options, which is Liebenstein and PPM. Okay. Let's check for Liebenstein. Nothing was found. Okay, let's change the radius parameter. Let's change it to 5 and cluster again. All right, now it's able to find few things. Okay, once I change this radius parameter, it's now able to find. So, uh, can you guys relate what I'm trying to say? It's actually searching its neighbors within a unit distance of 5. Okay, so this is how the nearest neighbors algorithm is working. It's able to uh, it's searching all its neighbors within a radius of 5, and then it's presenting us with the possibilities of merging. And definitely with the bed sheets large and small, we're going to merge it to just bed sheets, and also I'm going to change it to a single word, which is bed sheet. Okay, curtain, we can leave this one. Okay, because curtains and AC curtains are something that which are a bit different. Okay, AC curtains are actually plastic made, and curtains are usually fabric. So we can leave this, but I can see that AC curtains are only 2 rows, and obviously 2 rows aren't going to produce much output. So why not just merge the rest? Okay. Now the next one, which is pillow covers and table covers, there is no sense in merging them, obviously, because pillow covers are different from table covers, right? No sense, so I'm not going to click on this merge button. Okay. Next one is table cover and table mat. These things are similar, right? So table cover and table mat, they are pretty similar. We can merge them with a new value, which is table cover. Okay. Simply merge and center, and it has edited 20 cells over here. Can you guys see that? It has edited 20 cells. And now let's increase the radius once and check it once again. Okay, so now it's giving us a much bigger, uh, a much bigger catalog to choose from. Okay, now it's giving us, do we want to, okay, we can also browse this entire cluster. So browsing cluster basically means that it will just fetch out all the rows which have these particular items. Okay, so we can check that once I increase the radius, it's going to give me it's going to increase the entire catalog of things. Okay. Next one, we can see that pillow covers, table covers, there is no sense in merging them. Cushion cover sets, and obviously there is no sense. Okay. Yeah, there is one sense over here. This one makes sense. Curtain and curtain gaugery should be merged into one. Okay. We have pillow and pillow covers, no sense in merging them, and same for this one. Okay, let's merge and recluster, and it's done. So 11 cells were uh, changed, and that's it. So this is how you can tweak these simple parameters, and you can actually check how you can actually check different clusters you have been given from. If I just increase it to, let's say, 20, it's going to give me a really long cluster. Okay, it's not really long. Okay. So, all right. So, okay, it's not giving me that really long one. Let's change our distance function to ppm, and I will reset the radius to 5. Okay, and cluster. Now, can we see some things that we can change? Nothing. There is nothing to be changed. Okay, let's change it to 10, and then cluster. Nothing to be changed again. No luck. Let's try changing this one. Okay, so it has given me a really long one this time, and I actually don't have any clue what this block chars actually mean. Okay, you can check it on your device what this block char actually means, but I have no clue at the moment. Okay, and we can increase it. Okay, so somehow, if you increase this particular parameter, it's going to reduce the number of options it give you, and uh, yeah, if you reduce it, it's going to increase it, and if you are increasing this one, and it's yeah, so it is something like that. And you can actually check how you can actually cluster your values. Okay, you can also give it a try for fingerprints. Nothing, nothing. So this entire data which I'm working on currently, it's just a small subset of the data I had. Okay, I had about, I guess, I had about 821 rows in my data set, and this is just a small section of the data, which is 105. That's why it's not able to produce that many clusters. Okay, but when I performed it on my 821 record data, then it was giving multiple options, and I was able to fetch it. I was able to cluster my items, and it went fairly smooth. Okay, I'll just close it. All my changes have been made. Okay, so all these changes have been made, and what remains is that simply exporting it. Okay, here is this export option. If I just, yeah, here is this export option towards the top right. Click over here, and then I have to export it to XLX. Let's go with this one. Okay, I'm going to export it to XLX, and the file name should be build data remastered. Okay, so this is just game terminology. So yeah, remastered. And if I open it, all right. So this is the data which we got. So table. So in the previous data, you can see that we had table cover large, small, and all this mess, and it has been sorted out. Okay, so this is how you can use open define and quickly change your, quickly cluster your values into one. Okay, so it just cuts out a lot of tedious tasks. Okay, for you, and you can do it. So just like one person in the very first live session which I took said that you can either do the tedious task or the tedious task. Okay, so that's a really good line which he gave. I guess it was Ritvik, eh? And yeah, you can either do the hard work or you can do the tedious work. Okay, so that was it for Open Refine. Any questions?
What's the idea
Guys,
of
any
open refine? Like, are we
can you please
mandated
repeat?
to use this, or
Can you please repeat?
what's the goal of introducing this open refine? Like, I mean, is there any value add for this? Like, I mean, like,
Perhaps.
uh,
So we are just introducing tools which will actually help you which will actually help students in their future. Okay, so we are trying to build a tools also arsenal for them and introducing new tools. And for example, Open Refine in my case, when I was doing TDS back in May 2024, there was not much use of it. Okay, and Open Refine, it was only limited to one GA, which I gave, and yeah, it was over for Open Refine. But when I actually took BDM project in the next term, September 2024 term, and I had this problem, and it instantly clicked in my mind that okay, I learned something like Open Refine, and then I was able to solve it. So it's like we are giving you an arsenal of things. We're just introducing stuff to you, nothing much in depth. And if in some scenario, in some future scenario, the requirement arises, then you can just get into that tool. It won't be something foreign to you. Okay, so that's the ideology behind introducing open. Any other questions, guys, or should Jivraj take over now? I Tanya, Nilima, uh, what's the other person? Jeswar, and yeah, you have a really long name. Uh, okay,
Yeah,
so
no question,
any
sir.
okay, no questions. That's really good. Okay, so I'll stop sharing and Jivraj, kindly take over.
Hello. Okay. So, all right. Whenever we send a request to any API, or mostly like logs and these things will also be stored, and configuration files. Like if there is some configuration file that is related to Docker container, then I think it will. Um, is there any example over here? All right. So, like, there is a lot of data that generally used to be stored inside JSONs. So this JQA is one of the tool that can be used within shell to explore the data. Anyway, so this is, yeah.
Is hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it possible, like for the previous question, can you just explain those 4 or 5 steps? What is that actually? Like the
Question
ask
5.
here, yeah, here in the question, this one, please come down.
Okay.
Yeah, still come down. Okay, so what are the steps here? Like, can you just explain this, like the 1 to 4?
I think Sharansh did it, right?
Yeah, yeah, that is generically he explained the tool. So what is that which is here actually like
Group misspelled city names use cluster to group together in trees that refer to the same city despite variation in the spelling. For example, this Tokyo and this should be the same. Filter seals and trees. Select all entries where the product is used. The number of units sold is 55. Aggregate seals read by city after clustering name group and the filter into trees by cities and calculate the total for each city. Identify the top performing city, determine which of this is, and then by doing this, how many units of shoes were sold in this particular city on the transaction with at least 55 units. Let's have a look at the JSON. I didn't get a chance to look at this. So this JSON have these cities and then product and then sales, right? Harsha,
yeah, sorry.
have you used OpenRefine?
No, sir, I have not used OpenRefine. But I think from his explanation, I can understand, so I'll use it. But what I want to know is like, what are the criteria here actually? Like,
Okay, so basically, first you have to do 3 4 things. Okay, you will be using OpenRefine that can cluster different cities. If there are mistakes in the spellings, then it will cluster them as same city. So this will get clustered with this
yeah,
Tokyo.
got it.
Okay,
Yeah, got it. First point, got
once
it.
you get the cluster, after that you download that data. Okay, it will cluster and then you can download it. It will classify this Tokyo and this Tokyo as the same. Once you download it, you can apply filter on
Yeah, two filters
the,
applied. Done.
yeah,
Then
and after that you aggregate with the city,
done.
and
Yeah,
then how
and
many?
yeah. Now the final question is like, at, um, he's asking about Lagos. Actually, there he's asking identify the top performing city. So that's why I was. Why are we doing those first four?
Uh,
Here it is like some other city like Lagos. There it is identifying the top performing city.
till three it makes sense.
Yeah,
Till
correct.
fourth, why we are doing it?
Determine which city. That is another question. Again, here that was confusing.
Is it in some top cities? I was not sure.
Okay, it's fine. If you can clarify also later, also it's fine.
Sure. We'll
Yeah,
clarify
I
it
don't want
later.
to hold you up. Actually, just a few questions. Actually, like little. Uh, this one I had, and then the last one, the images. I did put together the images. I got it fine, but still, it gives like some kind of like file size error. Like the last one, that is like a sci-fi image. I just put it everything together.
This is the one, right?
Yeah,
This one.
it works fine actually. All things are put together. I get a proper image.
Yeah.
Just within 10 lines you get it, but the thing is it keeps saying like some image size something like that. I still keep the original image size, but somehow so that was one like anyways, I think you'll get to that, but even though I get the answer, it doesn't look like the answer. So that's why actually the
Okay, so that means your answer is incorrect, is it?
yeah, it says incorrect. But visually, if you see, it looks like the image. It looks the proper combined
Hmm.
image. They have given the sections how to reorder like an array,
Yeah,
like a
yeah, it
matrix
is
they have
here.
given. So you just use that and then use pillow or something like that, and then do that. Once you get the real image, actually you just have the same size as the original image, but still, yeah, this is another. So I had like two or three like this actually, so that's why.
Okay, so there is difference in the size, right?
Yeah, only on the size it says, but still I do not know why. It's the same 500 by 500, but yeah.
Okay, are you using the same image format?
Yes, yes, I use the same image. I download that image, and then from that image, I use Python to manipulate it and then do it.
So it's a
Shall I
WebP
show you if you want?
WebP image. So did you re-upload WebP?
No, I re-upload the off. What is it? Reconstructed image.
And what is the extension for that image?
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. I had done it like 4 or 5 days back. I don't remember. 1 minute. I'll just tell you. Uh, this is JPG, right? The original image. The other one was Jigsaw. Oh, Jigsaw. Constructed. And that's also JPG. Sorry, that's also JPG.
But this is not a JPG, right? When I'm trying to download it, it's downloading as an web.
Ah, yeah, yeah. It says that web, whatever that thing. Yeah, WebP.
Yeah,
But actually, it is a JPG. Like I just changed it to JPG. Well, like, oh, should we do it as WebPG like that?
yeah, yeah. So
That's
try
the
to keep
solution.
it
Oh,
consistent.
okay. Okay. That's a. I'll try that. Okay. It's a, I thought actually like it's a nice thing. So it's
Yeah,
the extension problem you're saying?
I believe so. Most.
Uh-huh.
So have we done question 6?
Question 6, yeah, done. It works.
All right.
It's simple.
So I think what you would have done is it question 6? Yeah. All right. Um. Okay. Can you tell what did you use?
Sorry, 1 minute. Actually, I'll tell you. I have the code for that.
No,
It's
no,
like
don't tell the code. Just tell the
because
approach.
my memory is bad. 1 minute.
Okay.
I forgot. Actually, there are too many things going around. 1 minute. Sorry. This is 5_6, right? Okay, this one was about JSON.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one was you just use pandas,
All
and
right.
then you are given a JSON, and
Hmm.
then yeah, it's a JSON L actually, and that's all. You just pass it and then do it. That's all. It's not uh, like, I mean, is there something different like what I don't see.
Like
Can I share? Is that fine?
this is not proper JSON, right?
It's a JSON L, huh?
Yeah, this is JSON L.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So how did
So
he load it in pandas?
uh, um, you have to first repair it and then you load it.
Hmm.
Okay, can I show if you
Yeah, sure,
want?
sure, sure, sure.
Okay, can you see?
Yeah, your screen is.
Okay, 1 minute. Where is that thing? Oh, this is the one, right? Sorry. Yeah. Um, this is the one, right? 5 6. 1 minute. I just where is that? Where is that?
Oh, sixth one.
This is the one. Okay.
Hmm. No.
This is the one, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I'll just check if that. I think that's the that I got it right. Okay, so this is the one. Yeah. So this is. Um. So what you wanted actually, this is actually you have to fix that and then do it. That's all. Actually, there is nothing much to it. See, there is this is just loading. There's nothing. You just have to fix this.
Mhm.
Okay. And once you fix that, actually, so you're calling here. This is the master function which is calling that actually like the child function. And then once you get that, actually you get the reconstructed thing. Actually, and then you do a query. I think
Yeah.
it is query.
So it is like if can you go a bit up where
Oh,
you
sorry,
have
sorry.
that? Yeah, yeah, over here, the first line. So, for example, on line number 113,
One and a half.
you don't have the closing quotes and for ID, right? And then that curly braces.
Yeah, that
So
is what
what
you
exactly you are
fix.
doing is you're looping over the file
Yeah,
by line, and then if you're checking if the closing braces is there, and then you are also checking if the quotes is there, and if they are not there, then you are putting them, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright.
And it worked actually. For this problem, it worked. For some problems, it's little bit tricky actually. Like it's cleaning up is this one cleaning up was easy.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's a simple
Actually, the
query.
way I have done is I have used those what you call uh, regular expressions.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's also a neat way. I think I tried that actually. This is what I you mean actually, like something like that. Okay. Anyways, yeah, yeah. That's also one way to go about it. I just loaded it into DuckDB and then yeah. Can you show me yours actually? Like I'm also interested to know.
It is similar to yours.
Okay, okay. Where is
That grep one.
okay, okay. Oh, the grep thing. Oh, yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is the exact same thing
yeah,
that I
yeah,
have used.
yeah. That is one way actually. There are this one was easy one.
And then exactly I used awk.
Sorry,
I mean,
you
after
used
using
awk.
grep, I used awk as well.
Yeah, you like awk.
It is fast.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I also like awk. Sometimes it's good. Actually, I use this for what is that? The third and the fourth in that project. Using JQ, I used one, and then the other one I used one. Actually, when I used I hinted it to use this for the LLM because
Mhm.
when I used the second approach, actually I had written hard coded, but when I used the first approach to make the LLM only to tweak it, I had asked it to use few tools. Actually, this was one of them, and then I liked Whisper, like that image. What is it? The
Audio one.
audio. Yeah, I use speech recognition. Like actually, I had worked on one project where you have this Twitter feeds and okay, news. Actually, I think yeah, it's yeah something like that. Actually, like you have a pipeline where you convert like from audio to, and then you put it into text, and then you pass it, and again you do some analysis on that, and then you do like that. Actually, like so you can use analysis for that. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, but there are some problems which are really hard in this fifth one. But anyways, I think you will like for me it was cleaning up. Okay, so this one I'll show you the reconstructed image. It looks like it's a sci-fi, but where is that? Oh shit! It was there. Where was it? Uh, reconstructed. Oh, I think it is open. Yeah, this is what I got this, but I think as you said, maybe it looks like the same.
Yeah, it is exactly same. But I
Uh,
think when you are uploading it, it says size is not matching,
yeah,
right?
yeah, you're right. One minute, I'll just actually you know that 510. Yeah, this is the one. I think so. Um, it was simple enough. Actually, you just have to construct it. That's it. Actually, but some error. Actually, I felt like what. See, I'll show you. Um, this one. When you check something, it says do not match with the original.
Okay, image pixels doesn't match with the
Pixel. So it's
original.
not about file type, I guess. Yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe they didn't write the error properly. I don't know. Yeah, but if you have any clues, actually, let me know. I think I constructed from the same image size, but this is the same image size. It's being used.
Yeah,
Actually, I
image
tried
size.
using even matplotlib instead of PIL, but same result. It's the same
Oh,
thing it constructs. I mean, at least by visual, you can use even visual libraries, but visual libraries also, like, actually, whichever, I'm getting the same kind of output, like, but I don't know, for some reason it is looking for something specific. I don't know. So it's like almost close to the answer, but still not got the answer. Yeah. Anyways, I let you share, actually. Yeah, you can share. You can go ahead.
yeah. So, did you um, cut the image into 25 pieces, like it mentions in the?
Cut the image into, no, that was already given, right? That array is given, right? 1 minute, I'll show you. The array
Oh,
is given, right? See, this is the array. The
mhm.
matrix is given to us. We just have to put the parts. We just have to put the parts. This PAL makes it like as if like you can manipulate it. So you just have to put the parts, right? I just put the parts, like crop and paste, crop and paste. Is that how it is, or like is there some other? Was the expectation different? Hello.
So yeah, it is correct. Like,
Seems correct, but this is the same exact. I even verified it also, like with an LLM. Actually, I just verified it just in case, because I do stupid mistakes like copying 4, 3 and all, actually. But and this also somehow looks the same. Like, actually, I mean, looks like this should come here. No, actually, like it
oh,
looks.
can you click on that eye icon? Eye icon.
Which one is I?
Uh,
This
on
one.
the, yeah, this one.
Okay,
So does it tell pixel details? So 72 pixel per inch.
that's a DPA.
Hmm. Okay.
This is 500 by 500 matrix.
Oh yeah, it is 500 by 500.
But DPI is like, are they interested in that? I don't know. Is that how it is? Don't know. Okay, but yeah. Anyways, actually, like yeah, maybe if you can explain your approach, maybe I can see, actually, like if I see some flaws I've done. I felt this was a easy problem, but somehow, actually, each and every problem in this actually like didn't give me result. Some of them got me result instantly, but some of them, even for this example, this I'll show you one more that was even more interesting. What was that? There was, yes, this one. I actually, like, there are like YT I used, but still, where was that? Like that this one, right? This is the, where was that video? Video to text they needed. This is still 10th one.
That
This one,
FMPG.
this one. I used YT. I use YT all the time, but I got the translation and all, actually, like VTT, and then I converted. And also, one more thing is actually the same thing. I even typed it, actually, literally, like from this to this, but still I don't know, for some reason it doesn't match. Like words are too different, it says.
It doesn't match for me as well. I will have to check why it doesn't.
It is literally exact words. I typed it also. So actually, like, the expectation is it, like, because here there is one thing which differs it. See, he is using improve SEO, using indexed words here. So like, he's trying to use through an algorithm. So maybe that's why the output expected from the QA perspective is not matching the model predicted thing. Actually, like is what I'm guessing. Actually, it didn't match. Yeah, this is one more, but it's the exact words. Even if you manually type it, also it's the same words.
Hmm.
This is one. Uh, yeah. Yeah, there was one more actually. Like, yes, so difficult to. What was this? Is what we were saying. Where is this data show? Is this thing? Um, this one also I thought it was easy, but I don't know. It looks. Is it? Did I get it? Oh, I got it. Okay, sorry.
This is seventh one, right?
This is seventh one. Sorry, I got it. I forget actually like which one I got, which one.
The seventh one is very easy, right?
Yeah, seventh one is very easy. Like, yeah, it's just two lines of code. Actually, like this one, I thought of using some other tool, but then I thought, okay, let's use Python. Like, I like Python a lot, so. This one also, the first one I used Python only. Like, that's why I suggested the
Wait.
when
Seventh one, I think you have used. Wait a second.
this one I used pandas, the 6-step procedure. This is why I was suggesting pandas to use so that you can coerce and all. Actually, like just a pipeline. So that's why I was suggesting that. Yeah, sorry, you were saying something.
Yeah. For the seventh one, you have used IJSON, right? IJSON.
Where is that? What is that?
That is Python library module.
iJSON?
Yeah. So when you have big files, like in the seventh one, we have very big JSON file, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that case, we generally use IJSON.
Oh,
Just scroll a bit up
sorry. Uh-huh.
on the GA5 page.
Here?
No,
Oh,
no,
sorry,
GA5 page.
on this page.
Yeah, this one. So scroll a bit up.
Sorry. Uh-huh.
Keep scrolling, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, uh, keep going. Yeah, this is the one.
Oh, iJSON. Oh, I had not heard of this.
Yeah,
Okay. Wow.
so this is used when you have big files. So uh, it parses in the batches.
Wow. Oh, that's good. Batch processing. I like it. Okay. Wow. Very nice. Good to know.
I thought you would have used this.
I use simple JSON. Okay. Okay. So it's a wrapper on top of it, which is iterative. Okay, maybe they've used. Maybe they've used. Uh, okay, so they have. Okay. Or okay. Oh, okay. Mm, mm, okay. Oh, nice. Thank you. Thanks. That's good. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, some problems I got it. Some problems I'll try that also. That's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, please let me know if you get that. Actually, I was I use programmatically also. I don't know why it is like what kind of similarity it is looking for. Just to know. I use even embeddings also like in match. So it's like looking very specific. It's like you're close to the answer. This is also ninth and tenth somehow it went. But then that's it. Yeah, maybe if you want, you can share. Actually, like this. Yeah, I gave it back to you. Hello.
Yeah, sure.
But I appreciate all your effort. I mean, It's very interesting. You guys work a lot, and actually, like, I appreciate your time a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, I really like that your project you have used what you call prompt.
Oh, prompt. Do you want to see? I will show you.
No, I mean our script is also similar.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. You
It
know,
is
the funny thing
exactly
about
similar,
that,
kind of.
actually, like, you see, the model which we use, it's a very low end model, but so you have to keep on tweaking the prompt. But
Mhm.
if they had given me opportunity, like, I mean, you can. There are many models in Hugging Face. You can, like, actually, like, you can use many kind of architectures, but there was a lot of limitations, and we are not even allowed to use our own keys also, like. So, it's actually, so just too many constraints.
That is something you can use. It is
No,
not
they said
like
actually like you
we.
can't use, no?
No, you can use your keys, but you,
Is
you
there?
would have to put it inside the Docker.
Yeah, yeah. I had already put it. Actually, I had embedded it. I had encoded it so that actually like yeah, but I had initially and then actually like on like last but one day I started using this key. That is
Okay,
that
yeah, I
you
mean
you
you can use it, but the thing
Mhm.
is like when it is getting evaluated,
Okay,
and if
okay.
for some reason if it fails,
Hmm.
uh, like let us say you run out of tokens, then it won't be able to pass those test
Yeah,
cases.
yeah, yeah. But I'm sure my key won't run out of tokens. I know that. But yeah, but actually, this was like a good because you see, the probability of getting zero is also very highly likely. But anyways, actually, like it was a good thing actually. Like, but that's the reason why I was asking. Usually, you see, you will write a BDD, like a behavioral design, okay, and then the PDM will come up with that. That's why I was asking for a test suite. And the other doubt also, which I didn't get clarified, was like whether it's a query parameter or a body parameter. So I've taken it from both. If one is null, I take from that, or if one is null, I take from that, or else I throw. So actually, like some of the questions I didn't get answers. I checked the discourse. One gentleman suggested that, but then I saw a lot of people are having only questions like very low, little answers. So I just thought maybe that's not the right way. So I just coded it and sent it.
Yeah.
You see, what I suggest is actually one feedback is which I have is, see, there are so many tools. Maybe if there is a priority order, it would be good. Like because we can't learn all the tools. So, for example, JQ is like in the top of the list. It's very good tool. Uh, you use it almost all the time. Like when you're working in server side, you will use it all the time. But some other tools, maybe it's not. So maybe if it is restructured like that, it would be much better. And the Confluence page of this also could be restructured. Like actually the this one prompting, it was good actually. Like there are some things which they suggest, but if they get restructured in a better way, like if there is a information architect or somebody who comes up and restructures this, it would be very good. I mean, just a feedback. I mean, I felt.
Mhm. Oh, sure.
Join next session, but please come if you have clarifications. Please come up. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, I think I will end the session over here itself,
Okay.
and then we'll continue from the next question in the next session.
Yeah, please get clarifications on that in case we get. Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a nice evening. Take care. Bye.
Thanks.